Well, hello again. We are now going to have the second of our 7 meditations or devotionals on Jesus' 7 statements on the cross. Today's is taken again from Luke chapter 23, starting in verse 39, and the statement itself is in verse 43. I'm going to read the passage from verse 39. One of the criminals who hung there hurled insults at him. "Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other criminal rebuked him. "Don't you fear God," he said, "since you are under the same sentence? We are punished justly, for we are getting what our deeds deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus answered him, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." Well, this dying criminal probably didn't have the theological grounding of the Pharisees, nor the sophistication and standing of Pilate. Yet he saw better than anyone the great injustice of the cross. He understood clearly both that his punishment as a guilty man was just, as was that of his fellow criminal, and that Jesus' punishment as a wholly innocent man was unjust. In understanding this, he realizes that Jesus truly is the person he claimed to be, the Son of God. And he sees what the other criminal does not. For that criminal, Jesus must come down from the cross to save. But the repentant criminal understands that Jesus must remain on the cross to truly save. And if Jesus is the Son of God, then he really does have the power to grant eternal life. And so, having confessed his sin, the criminal pleads with him accordingly. "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus responds, "Today you will be with me in paradise." Now, the only true paradise that humanity has known till now was the Garden of Eden, before sin encroached and ruptured our relationship with God. But Jesus' words here indicate the new and greater paradise which awaits those who put their trust in him, a place of eternal rest where we will know the full presence of God. The criminal will enter that rest on this very day, as will all those on the day of their own passing who have similarly cried out to Jesus and correctly identified the great hope in the apparent misery of Calvary. Above all, he will be with Jesus. That's the important thing. Our identity as followers of Jesus is found in Jesus himself. And not only, as we read elsewhere in the Bible, are the dying criminal and all followers united with him in his death, but also, wonderfully, we are united with him in his resurrection. You can know this great peace today. So my question for you is this: will you too confess your shortcomings and seek Jesus in faith?